Okay, so we talked about C sharp minor and E major pentatonic.
You bet.
And it's, nobody talks about that first. But we got our minor pentatonic. And then we put the whole minor scale in there. The whole, we'd go out there. Okay, so we talked about intervals, right? So in the minor scale, you have a root, a major second, a minor third, if you want to think about frets 1, 2, 3, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, perfect fifth, minor sixth, minor seventh. A major seventh would be right here. And if you put the major seventh in there, it doesn't make it a major scale. Listen. It just makes it a harmonic minor. So the thing that is important is the third. That tells us if it's a major and minor or minor scale. And I'm talking about distance from that root, right? If I wanted a major third, it would just be one half step further. Same thing. Right? But I digress. So the frets though, 9, 11, 12, 9, 11, 12, 9, 11. Too soon. 8, 9, 11, 9. This is a 6 there. But it's the 10th fret, 12th fret, root on the 9th fret. Major second again, and you got a minor third again. Of course, you got your 4 there. Your 5th up there. Okay, so when you're really paying attention, you're going to be paying attention to those 3 roots when you're playing in C sharp minor. But in this song, we're landing on E, so you got a chance to land on E's to make it sound major. So you get to use the stuff you brought in today. When it, So if you're improvising, there you got your E, your E. It's like backwards triangle. Here's your E's, and here's your C sharps. So skip a string, you get your octave, you get your octave. When you do the major pentatonic, you got your E's. Now we're not really switching scales. You could say, you got 12, 9, and 12. Okay, so then, so that covers that. And then we talked about just like the intervals of the pentatonic. But let's just learn this lick for next week. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Whoops. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and this time you go. And that takes us to our E and gives us that major flavor. Really, really nice lead there. If you get that down, slow dancing in a burning room, just bring that in next week and I'll harmonize with you and we'll learn more about the solo and stuff. And then we talked about how, okay, well, C sharp is the same notes as E major pentatonic. What matters is how the listener perceives it. Like if it sounds like it's E major, there's no doubt. If I'm playing one E major chord and I go 4 chords major, then it's major. But if I'm playing C, then it's, you can still do those same bends, but that's your root. Okay, so that's that. So then we added a shape to that. My girl starting here. I think it's really in G there, but So that's root, second, third, fifth, major sixth, root, no seventh to be. That's a seventh. So it brings in the full major flavor as soon as you bring any of those notes in. So let's make sure we know this, which we do. Play that as C sharp minor, put a backing track on, play it as E major, because they feel totally different. Same thing with the second shape that we just, we'll finish that, 12, 14, fret numbers 11, 14, 11, 14, 11, 13, 12, 14, 12, 14. So you got a little box of 4. Major would land there, a minor would land there. Whoops. Okay, so frets again, 12, 14, 11, 14, 11, 14, 11, 13, 12, 14, 12, 14. And you can use C sharp minor backing tracks, or you could use E major backing tracks for both of those scales. Let's add the full major to that. Sorry. There's your second again, but there's your root. Leading tone 7, major 7, right next to it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, 1, 7. So it's kind of nice if you include that 7th, you got your middle finger twice, and then your ring finger twice. Then you got to go up a fret, and then back to normal. Middle finger. Now, again, you could play an E major with these set of notes, or you can play in C sharp minor. The 6th note of the major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is your C sharp right there, and there as well. So they exist in different places. So you. Okay, there. That sounds majory because that's an E, right? But just get used to the shape as a C sharp minor situation, and also in an E major situation, like obvious situations. Because you're not like switching scales when you target a note of a chord. You're still in the same scale, but you're just targeting that note of the chord, but it kind of gives you that sense of, oh, I'm in E major now. But yeah, it's all pretty confusing. But that's what you hear with Clapton. Yeah, we'll leave it there though for next week. So Slow Dancing in a Burning Room Blick for next week.